Welcome back to another video. For those who are new here, my name is the Grumpy Dad. They say I've earned that title, so when I need a name for a YouTube channel, it just automatically fit. So I've been pushing this video out to people who are in Combinder already. So I figured some of y'all might be new here. For the rest of the people who've been following me, welcome back. Appreciate all support as always. Before we go any further, please make sure we hit the like button. This is a very new project, that we're going over, and hitting that like button, despite my cheap antics or entertainment or, lack of professionalism in editing and fanciness and stuff like that. If you can still hit the like button, that pushes Combinders to the Combinder algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, for anybody looking for a Combinder, trying to get more information. As a new project, the more people we can get into this, the more chances of it being successful. So for those of y'all who are looking to join Combinder, I have right here that in the description below, I will have a code. It doesn't let me make up my own code. So it's a couple of different letters and numbers. Instead of y'all trying to read it off the screen, I figured y'all can just copy the link in the description below and y'all can join Combinder with me. For the people who, have been around for a while, I know a lot of y'all going to say, y'all probably going to say the same thing I do. For those who are new here, one thing that people say they like about my channel is I'm very honest. I don't just come here and kiss butt, and I give my honest feedback on how I feel about projects. That's why you don't see a lot of project sponsorship here, because I might really support a project this week, and if they start changing the rules and start integrating some shenanigans in there, I'm going to tell you all about it. I don't let them get away with it. And that's why I think I got 31,000 subscribers right now. So I appreciate that. But Combinder is a new project. So yeah, I came across this video. Passive Crypto Mining is a guy who I follow. We meet him, go back and forth, throw different ideas back and forth. I mean, he's been to this longer than me. I've learned a lot from him. And I've always said, out of all the YouTubers I follow, he has some of the best production value, the way he can cut things like this. And I'm not into this at all. But anyway, I did kind of learn about this project from him. He said it's also very new. And just to give him a plug, I don't mind. I'll even give you in the description below a link to his video so y'all can watch the video also, because he explains more about the people itself involved in this, Combinder itself. I'm not good at describing that kind of stuff. I'm more into the how-to, and I like to kind of show y'all how I'm hooking it up and what I'm using it for. So for those who don't know, I have been in Combinder now for probably, I'm gonna guess 3 weeks. I don't know. For those who follow me, I've had a lot of family stuff going on. Kids going off to college, had to go deal with that. I had surgery last week, having a hard time recovering from that. This is only the second video I did with that. And so time kind of flies with all that stuff going on. And for those who don't know or have been following me, I have been using the Combinder, actually the Shelly plug, the US version. You can get it from Amazon for about $22, ships in about 3 or 4 days. Here's a video right here showing me, I showed y'all before, this 10 port USB hub that's running all my ESP32 devices, including 2 Entropy Ashlers. And I'll have a link to the 10 port USB hub. I love it. To be honest with you, it's running all those ESP32s with no problem, the 2 Ashlers with no problem. But I wanted to see kind of what that was drawing. So I hooked up a Shelly to it. I then went and, I tested it out for a couple of days. I liked it before I was going to bring it to y'all. But then now I ordered another Shelly US. You can get bonuses for having 3 devices hooked up. So I've ordered another one through Amazon that arrived today. And that's why I'm going to do this video, showing y'all how to hook this up. And also I have another one that I ordered from Shelly itself, because while I ordered this one about 4 days ago, when I went to order another one yesterday, when I wanted the 3rd one, it says it won't deliver to middle of August. So I wanted to see how quick Shelly itself will ship out. Well, I ordered from Shelly on Thursday. It shipped out Friday already. So before we go into a little bit of a deep dive, maybe a shallow dive into what Combinder is, for those who are not used to it, aren't familiar with it, my followers who have been here for a while are going to know one of my first comments, or I'm going to say a comment for them because I know they're going to say this. Do we need another smart plug DePin project? And who knows? Is there room for multiple? I guess so. I always make the joke, if y'all have seen my videos before, that if somebody can sit around and say, you know what, I think we need a DePin, let's make another weather DePin project. You know, we already got Weather XM. At one time we had Fry, and then, you know, we have Nubler and these other ones. Let's come up with another one. Isn't it the same thing with smart plugs? We know that there's apparently is some type of need, because you wouldn't have these projects coming out, depending on what brand they are, or what project it is. There is a need for that in the space. We know what we're going into as far as the world, energy crisis that we have. You know, I don't want to get into this deep dive of my personal feelings, whether politics or anything like that, but there is a need for, whether it's monitoring electricity, the use of it, whatever. So you look at it like what the project is concerned. Some project, the overhead costs a little bit to get into. Where one thing that intrigued me about Combinder is there's zero cost to get into the project. And basically they have already partnered with somebody who is Shelly. You can get these, and especially if you look at passive crypto minings, he has links to other countries, and I'll see if I can post those in my description. But for Shelly plugs for different parts of the world. So don't feel that if you can't get a US plug that you can't get involved in this. Because you can see in his passive crypto minings, and again, you ignore the price because I'm sitting here trying to, and you can see here in passive crypto mining's video, whatever part of the world he's in, you can see that he has a smart plug S here, but it's a different design of what I have here in the United States. And this is what his plugs look like in the UK. So if you're in the UK and you're looking for something like this, you should be able to get it. You can see in his links that he does have those links. If I don't know if I can copy and paste them or not in mine, I don't know how that would work. One thing I will say is I do like these round plugs with this green glow around them. Some of y'all might not like that. I kind of wish that we could get something like that. But right now, when you go to Shelly Plug You website, this is all you see is this type of plug. This is my empty box, and this is the one that we're going to hook up a little bit later. All right, so without losing everybody, again, I'm going to put chapters through here so you can skip around. I know my videos usually go long because I talk too much, but some people want to know this stuff. Some people don't need to know this stuff. But here's Combinder right here. Combinder.notion.site is the website that I went to. And you can read, you know, about Combinder. The founding team is a former CEO of Riddle and Code with 18 years experience in energy, created and scaled energy tokenized platform, and the senior software engineer and architect with deep experience in energy, telco, banking. They have already raised a pre-seed of $500,000, $500,000 to launch the app and onboard the first 20,000 miners. Now, before we get too far, I'm going to, you know, tell y'all I do have some, I'm not going to call them red flags. And, but, you know, I have some green flags. That's why I'm going forward with it. Maybe some yellow or orangey type colored flags, you know, and we're going to go over that in a little bit. For those who are new, I do have what's called Grumpy's Rules of Crypto. So for those who haven't seen Grumpy's Rules of Crypto, this is Grumpy's Rules of Crypto. And a lot of DePin projects, for those who don't know, like I'm in a lot of DePin projects. And this is something that I heard, and I stole this line from somebody many moons ago. But DePin people, or kind of like crypto people, don't know really how to run a business, but they really understand the crypto side of things, the blockchain side of things, and how to make that side of it work. But pairing it up as a business model doesn't always work. And I can sit here and take up 30 minutes of your time and name several projects right now that are having this issue. Just because there is a need for a project, Silencio, Demo, just because there's a need for a project does not automatically mean that project's going to be a success. And you also have traditional business people that don't know how to run crypto projects. They don't understand crypto and the blockchain and different things like that. And you hope that maybe this is a project that can take both sides of that. You also need to understand that you can't be hard-headed with some of your feelings. So here comes my first, again, I'm not going to call it a red flag, because a red flag means kind of stop. I'm not stopping. I'm just trying to bring a lot of this forward to y'all, because y'all going to ask these same questions. And I have already, right now, they're exclusively on Telegram, and I have a huge issue with that. Now, I have brought that up twice, and there are 2 different channels on Telegram. And when you talk to these guys, they feel they're so punch drunk in love with Telegram, they don't see any issue with that. Maybe I'm old school, but I'm telling you, almost every other project I have ever looked into, whether ones that made it, didn't make it, anything, all had a Discord. And I'm trying to tell these guys that I think a Discord is needed for them to get any traction. Listen, I know there's a lot of projects are also in Telegram. A lot of projects. I don't know about like Wingbits, which is probably my number 1 project for those who are new here. I love Wingbits. Devote a lot of my time to them. Entropy, as I call it, or Entropy, they do have, like I said, a Telegram. Helium Deploy, Moken, and all them has a Telegram that they're very, that's how they like to discuss things with us as the YouTube influencers and stuff like that. But still, I think you need to have both. So for those of y'all who want to discuss Combinder, you can go and look at the Grumpy Dad Discord server. Also in the links below, there will be one of the first links is a way to join Grumpy Dad's Discord. And as y'all can see right here on the left, I do cover a lot of the projects that I'm in. Yes, I'm in a lot of projects. Or if there's enough people in my Discord that ask me to add, like WABA, I'm not in WABA, but people have asked about it. Source for Energy, I would love to be. This is an awesome project with some good guys. I just don't have solar to get involved with them. But there's enough people in here talking about these projects that I added. So I do have a Combinder channel. And y'all feel free to come. I would love to have somebody who knows more about this project come in here, maybe make them a mod just for this channel, and they can come in here and run this as their Discord. I have no problem with that. I'm trying to help this project as much as possible. I think they need some kind of Discord, visibility. I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice this year already, but I just think Discord is something to help show them that they are not everybody's. I hate Telegram. I'll be honest with you. I've been in Telegram for a long time and I hate Telegram. I hate going to it. To me, when I look at Telegram and they're trying to tell me that Telegram is cleaner, people know how to use the channels right and stuff like that. I disagree. This is a mess. And when you click on it, then you have to sit here and try to figure out, what channel you're in. This is, to me, it all looks kind of the same. This is all on Combinder. This is all their different channels and stuff like that. I just think that's a mess. It's all on here or even on an app on my computer. I think Discord's cleaner. But again, hopefully they wisen up to that. So in addition to the Discord, you can also go to X. Not only can you join my X channel that covers a lot of DePin, a lot of updates, emergency updates and stuff like that. You can also check out Combinder. And Combinder has an X channel. It's Combinder.io, all one word. And you can join theirs also. They are pretty active on X. And this project is on the PEAQ network. And, to me, this looks like a sideward S for sword chain, which is not a good thing, but that's just me. PEAQ, that's what that stands for, PEAQ. And for those who have been following me for a while, know that I own a large bag of PEAQ that I have been purchasing for some time now. And it doesn't matter if, no, I'm Grumpy's luck. I was purchasing it when it was much higher. And I have been purchasing, again, I've been talking about this in my videos. I have been purchasing PEAQ even down here, loading up my bags even more at this price range down here, because as a DePin channel, I think to support DePin, I need to be buying the blockchain that was made specifically for DePin projects in PEAQ. And if you've been following any of my channels, even though I have been in Silencio for 2 years now, I think it's been close to since the beginning. I don't like anything going on currently with it right now. I don't like the ads, and I'm not trying to make this video as a bash Silencio thing, but I've tried to keep along with Silencio strictly for the PEAQ side, and I am ecstatic that there's another project that I can support that's on the PEAQ network that's not named Silencio. So if I can just do anything to help Combinder out to be successful, to help the PEAQ network, because I tell everybody, I own a lot of tokens on a lot of projects. I have not sold any, hardly any. And PEAQ's another one, I have not sold any. I'm loading my bags up. But on this channel, this isn't the BitBoy channel. I'm going to sell when I'm ready to sell, when I think the market's right. If you follow my videos, again, I know I'm getting way off key here, but I don't think there's going to be, if there's going to be an alt season, I don't think it's going to be until October, November, December. We got plenty of time. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Follow your own gut. I got a big fat gut. It tends to be wrong. And that's why I'm still doing videos and living in the house I'm living, and I don't have a private island somewhere. So I'll sell when I want to sell. Getting back to Combinder. For those who follow DePin Hub, I'm going to tell you, I have not had a chance to follow this yet. I wanted to listen to this so I can bring some of that to y'all, but I also know that the more I go into this project, the more longer this video is going to be. Then y'all complain this video is too long. But if y'all follow depinhub.io, y'all can go there, look for the blog number 80, podcast number 80, whatever you want to call it. Episode 80 is about Combinder. Y'all can, part of your research, y'all can go and look into that if y'all wish. So going back to the combinder.notion website, combinder.notion.site. Again, I'll have a link at the bottom of the description. If I can remember to put all these links I'll keep talking about. Maybe I should be taking notes. But when you try to go to the Combinder white paper, it does ask for password. So I might need to check on that. But there's a lot of frequently asked questions down here. How's the bond token accrue? And it tells you how much it accrues. Value transfer to bond token, the market size, and what, blockchain killer app energy, technology. Like, again, I'm not going to go through all this with y'all. This is for y'all who still question about the project, want to know more about it before you get into it. I'm already in it. So I've already taken that kind of first step. Again, kind of like, people ask me about these different projects like Silencio and Nadix and projects like that don't cost anything to get into. What do you have to lose? This one, I didn't have smart plugs before this point. I did use one or two for some remote mining stations for Wingbits and stuff like that. And I was using like the TP link or whatever like that, but I wasn't making anything off of it. Now with these Shelly plugs, I can use these. Again, these cost me $22. So really what it cost me to start this project, $22. I need the smart plugs anyway. That's one thing for how much geek stuff I'm in at home with ham and IT stuff and cameras and radios and different things like that. This is one aspect I've never played with ever. I've never had remote stuff that can turn things on and off around my house. But also I want to use something that uses a pretty decent amount of electricity to start mining to give this, this world. So the max load on this is 15 amps in case anybody's asking. So as I looked around my house, I wanted to find something that uses a little more amperage than say this USB hub I got. So I was thinking, as my wife washes clothes, washing machine, deep freezer. I have a deep freezer that, some of y'all know I go hunting and stuff like that, or my kids eat a lot over the summer. So we got to put pizzas and lasagnas and stuff like that in there, or even a refrigerator. So I went and I looked at my washing machine for right now first, just because with the surgery, I can't get behind my refrigerator. So the easiest thing without me having to go in the garage, easiest thing for me to get into was going to be my washing machine. So as you see this video, I have a Speed Queen washing machine. Again, I'm not in any kind of cahoots with Speed Queen, but I can tell y'all I love it. And one thing about Speed Queen washers and dryers, they're very, very minimal electrical on the inside. Kind of like everybody talks about the old school washers and dryers, but either way, it does take electricity. So here is my Speed Queen washer. And first thing I did is I went into the app, into the lid, open the lid, and I can see right here where it says it takes 7 amps. So I should be well under the 15 amp limit. And once I get this plug set up right here, I can go ahead, and my plan is to add that. So while the plug behind me in that USB hub is a steady kind of electricity that you can see here, and you can take a look at this, you'll see that this is basically a 2 watt-hour device, and it goes down a little bit sometimes, comes up a little bit sometimes, but this is what that one hub is using. Now what you're going to see though is I think you're going to see a bigger change, because when this is just being used for the washing machine and when it's not. So I want to go ahead, and while my wife's washing clothes, I want to go ahead and get this thing set up. So I'm going to set this up, show you all how I'm doing that, show you all how to set it up, and then go run a batch of clothes and see what happens, you know, when it's completely turned off, and then how much it uses as it washes clothes. And hopefully I get time to add that to this video. All right, so here comes, you know, I cut my teeth on this channel many moons ago on how-to videos. That's one reason I think that my channel kind of took off, is because as some of us get a little more seasoned, I can say old, seasoned, we sometimes can't keep up with all this stuff. So I'm going to try to break it down slow as I can. And we're going to set up a brand new device together. And again, I'm going to have chapters so that, you know, the first part of this video, you learned about it. If you want to order one, check it out. And now you can click on the chapter that we can set a brand new one up that has never been set up before. So let's get started. Now, step one is you have to get a hold of one of these plugs. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but for those who clicked on the chapter and how to get started and didn't see the beginning part, you're going to go to either Shelly website, which I'm finding that depending on how long Amazon takes, Amazon the first time can get this to me in 3 days. Now, if I try to order one today, it's not quite as bad. Yesterday, when I was getting all my notes together for this video, it told me if I ordered one yesterday, and actually it was also Thursday, today's Saturday, it told me this would not ship until August, I think I said 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere right there. It's moved up a little bit. Today is still July 12th, and you're looking at July 25th to August 6th, where I also, as you can see, I purchased 2 already. That's the 2 I have in hand. You can go to Shelly website. Now, this is for the United States, but you can also change, you know, different countries of where you want to get this shipped to. You can see they've got different places also. So one thing about this is also an energy meter. This isn't just simply, hey, I can remote into it and turn this device on and off. That's what this whole project is about, is the amount of energy being used and that what time is it being used and different things like that. But here you can see the Shelly plug is $22.99, and this also shipped from the US if you order in the US, of course. And this also ships out like within a day or two of when you order. So again, I ordered on Thursday. They shipped mine out on Friday, and this was shipping out of Georgia, Duluth, Georgia. Actually, I'm familiar with Duluth, Minnesota, not Duluth, Georgia, but neither here or there. And real quick, I wanted to say, for those who have the option available, there is on, not for the US, but for the UK stuff, there are Gen 3 models. Supposedly the Gen 3 models, they're not available in the US yet, but those actually measure more. I don't know what more, but more, and you actually get rewarded a little better for a Gen 3 model. So if you're ordering one from somewhere on a website that gives you an option for Gen 3, you know, you have to make sure that it is the Shelly Plus plug. So you want the Shelly Plus, and you want to make sure. I would go to the Combinder website and it can tell you. So as you're waiting on that to arrive, because I did the same thing, I couldn't wait, you're going to click next on the link in my description on starting a Combinder account. And remember, this is all beta. You're proceeding at your own risk. And we don't know what's going to happen to this project tomorrow, but that's what a lot of us are into, is taking that chance. So you're going to click on a link in the description, join it. It does help out the channel a little bit, and it'll help you out also getting started. So do that and then create your Combinder account. So here you start with the Combinder account, hit next, next, and next, and sign in. And now you're going to create your account. So you create your account, whether you want to, whatever way you want to sign into it. And here you are, and I'm going to put my face a little bit higher up so that y'all can see everything going on underneath this. So this is where you start off at. And you can see down here, you have home, you have a quick button for devices, Quest, and wallet. Now, again, this is the computer. This is the desktop version. You can play with this with mobile. Me, when I'm setting stuff up, maybe that's because I'm old, I much rather the desktop version. So you're here now. Now you have to kind of hold on until you get your device in. When your device comes in, now you're going to set this up first. So you want to go and download the Shelly app. I'm going to, again, try to remember to put links. I need to write all this down because I can't remember anything when it comes to producing videos. But either way, this is why people love my channel, because I'm real. It's having to get old. So anyway, so I'm going to make sure I put the Shelly app link in the description below. You need the Shelly app to go further with this. So I'm gonna switch back to this screen so it's a little bit bigger. So I have an iPhone here that I'm using, and you can see there is a app called Shelly Smart Control. If this wants to go ahead and focus. All right, and then you go and you open that, and again, you're gonna create an account with Shelly. All right, so I plug this in, and then I instantly see a blue light blinking, which is for the Bluetooth. Now, what my next step is going to be is I'm going to go to the Shelly app, and I want to provision this device to my local network here. Again, it has to be 2.4 gigahertz, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it has to be 2.4 gigahertz. That's what most of this DePin stuff works, because of better range. That's what that mostly works on. So what we're going to see is when you go to the Shelly app, it's going to automatically find a new device. And as it finds that new device, we're going to go to add device, and then it's going to tell me it's going to connect to my Wi-Fi that's already is seen. If you have to, you can, like if you haven't added a Wi-Fi device yet, because I already have one added, that's why it's not giving me the option, it will ask you for your Wi-Fi credentials. After that, it's going to ask me, do I want to disable the Bluetooth after that, or the Wi-Fi access point after that? Now, if it doesn't automatically pop up, there's an option at the bottom where you can press to add and choose Bluetooth, and it can scan it through Bluetooth again and try to find it. But both of these popped up instantly, so it's kind of hard for me to show you troubleshooting because it was very, very simple for me to add to this. So as I'm adding, you can see where it says, everything, it automatically disabled my Bluetooth and my access point after, because I don't need all that on there. And then I can go and change, the device name. And for device name, I'm going to put washer for the clothes washer. Now you can see where they have different, now you can see here where it says pending connection, and I can turn it on. Now it's on or it's off. So that's pretty cool. So what's our next step? So as you can see right now, you can see what my washer is pulling, 123.5 volts, 131 amps. I'm sorry, 176 watts, 161 watts, 141 watts. And how many watt hours? So we got this now in our app. So let's go ahead and put this on the Combinder account. All right, so now that we're done with the Shelly app, what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to our Combinder dashboard. Next, you're going to click on this button right here, and we're going to say that we already have a device. So we're going to click next. I want to name our device. My device is going to be called washer machine, if it all fits. Washer machine, clothes washer, whatever y'all want to call it. We call it the washer machine. I'm going to hit next and hit finalize. Now this is going to take me to the Shelly webpage, and I need to make sure that I use my same email and password that I used to create a Shelly Shelly logon. It's going to ask me about integrating a device. I'm integrating the washer device. This is my first plug, my YouTube studio. It's a great studio right here. I love it. And now I'm going to have the washer. So, yep, I have both of them integrated. So, on my new plug, I clicked on washer. And it's going to ask me, do I want to enable the integrator for this device? When I click on yes right here, it's going to ask me, do I want to allow device control? Well, yes. And I'm going to click save. Done. Doesn't get much easier than that, ladies and gentlemen. So now that I'm back on this page, when I go to devices, I should see, fingers crossed, 2. Here it is. ID number 1 is my YouTube plug. I called it plug 1. And see, I've learned my lesson. And what I need to do is take my little black Sharpie, wherever it might be, somewhere on my desk. And I need to go and mark. Apparently one of my kids moved it. But I need to go and mark these plugs. Even though they're in separate rooms, who knows what happens. Who knows, one day I'm going to grab them for a video just to show them off. And as I've learned with my ESP32 devices, they all look the same. So I need to go back and put a little 1 on the one that's right here behind me. I need to go put a little 2 underneath the one by the washer and dryer. Now, my device has only been connected by 5 minutes. You can see that right now, even though it is 2000 in military time. This goes right now up to 7 p.m. So we're not going to see right now what we are doing with this washing machine. You can see up here in the corner where I have accumulated 412 bind tokens, which are the tokens that you will be making with this. And you can see how it is going up. This is as I accrued more bonuses. As you can see down here, there is a quest button. You can go through this and check out the different quests that they have. So I have made 400 bind just from rewards so far. And some is from referring people. I didn't get that yet. Log a month. I'm not there yet. Triple the power. I'm not there yet either. When my third plug comes in any day now, I will have my third. And I'm trying to decide where I want to hook it up at. The one cool thing about this, when I was watching Passive Crypto Mining's video, is he's mentioned people hooking this up to like ASICs and stuff like that. Again, checking the wattage, checking the amperage max and stuff like that. But for those who have any kind of mining farms or just any kind of devices at home, like similar to that, you might want to be able to monitor the amount of wattage that you are using for that. When you click on the wallet button on the bottom right, you will see come to this page, which will tell you how many bind tokens you have been allocated so far. I did not have to put any kind of PEAQ wallet in here yet. I guess because it's still beta, not really full TGE yet. Again, we are very, very early in this project. I keep saying that. Some people don't have the stomach for that. So before you get in this project, make sure you understand this is another one of these very early projects. We know, looking at some of the past DePin projects, no promises, the usual spiel, non-financial advice, do your own research. But when you look at some of these previous projects, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, you do very well being part of the beginning, and you know, new, being early. But you can see that in a couple of days, it's been online for 12 days. So basically I'm making 1 bind per day. My washing machine, again, is just went online now. You can see that I've made 400 tokens so far in my quest, and sandbox star 75. So there's that. So just remember, Telegram is what you're going to need to be able to keep up with this project's going. Telegram is very, very active. I will say that. There's another FAQ section here. They do have some support here also that you can check out. The usual good morning thing, different contests they have. I know that they post a lot of stuff on X, and then that's also put on their Telegram also. So, and there's a lot of people involved in this project already. So, while we're new, we're not super duper new, because there are several people already in this project who have been doing this for some time now. Now, one thing we all do love about some of these projects are airdrops. We make no secret about it. From what the video I saw that Passive Crypto Mining says, that will be tied to the quest. So make sure you go to the Combinder page and check out quests to see what you can be a part of. So when you're on this page, you can click on quest down here and see what quests. Right now they have 3 quests: the community growth one, data volume, and device pool. But the more quests you do, or the closer you get, the more of these badges you can get. The more badges you're supposed to get, supposedly, you're supposed to be able to get more with the airdrop. So, you know, connect the 3rd device will give me will give me this badge. Monitoring master, doing it for a month, will give me this badge. Grid guru, if I help friends to add 10 devices, you know, I need to count on y'all to help me out with that one. And then we also have the last one is a super spreader, which is referred 10 friends. I don't know what the difference is between referred 10 friends and help friends to add 10 devices. So some of the ones I've already got and to show you how easy some of these are is I referred 3 friends already from this. And this is my first video I'm really doing this. So this is friends from work that I got started into this. Fire refreshment, just from doing it for 1 day, I've already got 25 bond. This will be for 1 week of doing sending energy data. So that's 100 bond. Helped friends to add 3 devices. So I'm guessing what the reason this is separate is because this right here would just be 10 friends just signing up for for an account. This right here is actually those 10 friends signing up 1 device each. So that kind of tells you. Action Arnie is connecting my first device. So just from doing my 1 device, my first day, or y'all could do your first day, you see you're going to get 50 and 25. That's 75 bond right there before you get any further with this project. So one thing that Passive Crypto Mining points out that I really didn't think about, you can start these quests before you even get your device. You can start referring friends to this, and they can start getting devices in, but you can start doing these quests and working on these quests before your device comes in. Some of them, not all of them, of course, but some of them, you know, you need a device. But it's just one thing to think about if you want to get serious about this project. So I'm bringing it home, starting to wrap this project up. My plans for the future. Again, I'm going to say this 1,000 times again. This is a very, very new project. Very new project. Again, right now, the only social media they got is X and Telegram. I wish they had something on Discord. If you're looking for someone on Discord, please come to Grumpy's Discord. It has its own Combinder channel. My plans for right now is I'm full steam ahead with it, but cautiously. Y'all know, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this because I have people make fun of me in some of these Discords, but times are tight. Just had surgery. My son's going to college, and I still owe IRS. Because even though I paid all kinds of extra, they said I still didn't pay enough. I need to pay more. What's new? So times are tight. What I'm doing is normally I take 50, 75, 100 bucks out of every paycheck and I DCA into something in crypto. For those who follow me, I'm not really doing as many alts anymore. I'm putting more into Bitcoin and PEAQ. That's about it right now. My plan is to take $25 out of that and buy another outlet. That will give me 4. If I do that the next payday. I'm already thinking in my mind where I want to put some of these. I'd like to put one right here on this computer to see what this computer is drawing. I have a GPU on it, pretty good GPU on it, because you'll know I play Call of Duty and stuff. Maybe getting one of my kids to put one on the refrigerator, and even starting to put on some of my mining equipment to see what that's drawing. Not that I think it's drawing much, because majority of them are pies, but for Wingbits and some of the Earn app, you know, I have computers that are strictly running Earn app, along with Grass, Honey Gain, and stuff like that. Old computers, desktop computers, the little Lenovo Tinies, and I have them in different places, on different networks, of course. Not here at the house, but I'd like to know what those are drawing. So I might even put some up there. But again, I'm not going by. I saw somebody in the Telegram say they bought like 9 or 10 of these things. Look, if you want to put that on there, that's good for you, because each one of these devices, you're going to get bonuses for putting that many on there. Plus, that's more of this bind you're making. But don't forget the usual spiel. We have no idea what this is going to do. This is brand new project. I know I said it, I'm going to say it again. We have no idea what right now I got 400 bond. If these things are a penny a piece, I got $4. after a week or after 12 days and all these bonuses. I hope they're not a penny a piece, because you're making basically a penny a day. And this is just me throwing numbers at the top of my head. So to learn more about this project, go to their website. Combinder.io is their main website. When you click start now, it does bring you to that page that we already discussed. The opportunity tells you, what you can do, and explains more about it. Problem, the solution, and again, I'm gonna refer again to crypto mining, passive crypto mining's video, because he does kind of explain if you really want to get into the nuts and bolts of this and why it's, why they need it, and also their roadmap. So this started out in 2024. So it went to testnet and started beginning Q1 of 2025. The features, Q2 2025, the current purchase feature, and going to marketplace and mainnet 2025 plus. So I also bring you back to this combinder.notion.site. There actually is a section down here that says what's supposed to be different this time. So again, if y'all are into that and y'all want to read all that, I'll look at it like this. Whether or not the project makes it or not, I hope it makes it, of course. Wouldn't be wasting my time making this video. I've been working on this for several hours. But even with this being a Shelly project, because your Shelly projects are still going to work with that app. So you still have at least a smart plug to a point that you can still check the power on it and how much each item's consuming, and turn it on and off, remote on and off, or whatever like that. So the one thing I will tell you is, don't put one of these on your Wi-Fi router, because if you go to power cycle it, that turns your Wi-Fi off, and you won't be able to turn it back on because the Wi-Fi is off, which the plug connects to. So don't ask me how I know that. So we'll see where Combinder goes from here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, if y'all want to be part of the Discord, join my Discord, check out the Combinder channel, or I'll see you on the Telegram. Make sure you join the X. Make sure you join my X right there also. So, we can all work on this together, see where it goes from here. So see y'all next video.